Okay guys, here is part 2 of the lesson that actually shows you your worksheet for Wednesday. And you'll notice the first page is just straight up problems. The second page is kind of a challenge problem, and I'm going to get you started on it. So let's do one thing off of each. Let's start with problem 1A on your worksheet. And so here's what the directions say. Read them. Always read the directions, right? Find the area of the following rectangles. Draw an area model if it helps you. I'm going to draw out the model just so that we're thinking about area. And I know some of us are not big on drawing pictures, but pictures always help me, right? Okay, so I'm going to think about our area. Area is the space inside a flat surface, right? We're not talking volume, three-dimensional. This is flat. And our equation for area, everybody knows it by now, right? Area equals length times width, okay? So we're talking about a rectangle in this case, and we're going to label. So on the left side, I'm going to call that 8/3 centimeters. And on the bottom, we're going to call that 24 fourths centimeters. And my dog is jingling his bells to get out the door. So we want to find the area. So we know we have to multiply, right? Length times width. So if we call the bottom the length and the side the width, or vice versa, doesn't matter in multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my equation. I'm going to say 8/3 times 24 fourths. So everybody should have that written. And then I'm going to think about, well, 24, I don't really like multiplying 24 times 8 if I don't have to. So is there a way I can simplify this? Okay, can I cross cancel? And in this case, look at it. Can we use just one side to cross cancel, just a caterpillar, or can we make it a whole butterfly? Yeah, we can do a butterfly here. So that helps us a lot. So we're going to start, and the dog is trying to help teach math today. Okay, we're going to start with our 3 and our 24. So what goes into both 3 and 24? Divide by 3, because 2 doesn't work, right? So let's try 3. So 3 divided by 3 equals 1. So we're going to cross that out and make it a 1. And 24 divided by 3. Count by threes. How many do you need? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Good, we need 8. We have 8 over here. And then we said we can use the butterfly. I can do the same thing to cross cancel and simplify here. All right, so 4 goes into 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. We're not using threes this time, right? And I could have used 2, but 4 is bigger and it works, so let's use it. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now we have a very simple equation. We have 2 times 8 equals 16. 1 times 1 equals 1. Is that fraction proper or improper? Improper, right? So we have to divide it out, and this is really easy. 16 divided by 1 equals 16. So our area is 16. What was our label? Centimeters. And we're talking about area. The squares inside the flat surface. So we have two numbers we're multiplying together, so we have area squared, teeny tiny 2. So you guys should know how to do that one. That's pretty easy. If you have questions about the other ones, make sure you ask me. Take a look at C, look at how it has mixed numbers. So go back to that previous video on mixed numbers if you've forgotten how to make those into improper fractions. Remember, you want to go mad, multiply, then add to the numerator and keep the denominator the same. Okay? All right, let's take a quick look at the challenge problem on the second page, because this one is going to drive you crazy. But it's supposed to. It's supposed to give you a challenge, something to really work on that's a little trickier, and hopefully it's not too bad. So let's read the problem. It says, a hotel is recarpeting a section of the lobby. Carpet covers the part of the floors that is shown below in gray. So the carpet is the gray part, right? How many square feet of carpeting will be needed? So that white part inside, that's not carpeted, right? Only the gray section needs carpet. So if I think about the whole room, if I was trying to do the whole room and there wasn't any white spaces, it would be really easy, right? The whole room is going to be the length times the width of the big rectangle. So if I'm talking the whole room, hold on here, I'm talking about the whole thing. All I'd have to do is length times width. But I can't do the whole room because I have to get rid of what is in the center, that white part. So when I'm doing that, I have the whole room, but I have to take away everything inside. So if I'm taking something away, what do I know I will have to do in the end? If I take it away, I'm going to have to do what operation? Subtract, right? So I have to find the whole thing and then I have to subtract the middle. So let's start by finding the whole thing. That's our first step, okay? So area, I'm on the, well, let's fix that and see if I can get back to the regular pencil. There we go. Area equals length times width, right? So in this case, our area, let's take a look at our length, and we have 19.5 times our width, which is, big numbers, 31 7/8. Okay. So first of all, that is a really big number to have to deal with. We're going to have to make those into improper fractions, right? So we're going to have to do some multiplying. Not that bad. So let's start with going mad, remember? So we're going to multiply these two. So 19 times 2. That's like 19 plus 19. Well, in my brain, I'm going to think about mental math. 19 is really close to 20. And I know 20 plus 20 is 40. But 19 is 1 less, and I had 2 of them, so I really have 2 less. So what's 40 minus 2? 38. So if I do some mental math and think about things that are close, I can do it without setting everything up on paper, right? So I now have 38 plus what my numerator was on top, which is 1. So 38 plus 1, that's easy. So I have 39, and then I keep my denominator the same. I have 39 halves. Okay, now I'm still in a multiplication equation. That hasn't changed. That comes down. But now I need to go mad on this one, and I need to multiply. 31 times 8. Well, I will tell you, I cannot do 31 times 8 in my head. I can count by 30s 8 times. So that's like counting by 3 8 times, right? So let's count by 3 8 times. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. We just did that problem earlier, okay? So 30 times 8 is 240. Well, then I still have this 1, right? So I'm doing some mental math, and 1 times 8, I can do that in my head. That's 8, right? So I have 240 plus I have 8, which is 248, right? I didn't leave myself a whole lot of room to write here. Sorry about that. So 248, then I have to add 248 plus I'm adding the 7, the numerator on top, okay? So 248 plus 7 gives me, 250, and my denominator stays the same, and it's over 8. Holy cow, this is a big one, right? Now, we would love to be able to cross cancel here and make those smaller numbers, but it doesn't look like we can. It looks like we're going to have a problem with that. We can cross cancel this one a little bit because this ends in a 0. And if I count by 2s, can I get to something with a 0? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? So I can divide this in half evenly. This is just saying, okay, divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And what is half of 250? Or think of it like $2.50 if you had half of that, whatever works for you in your head. I get half is 125. Okay? So I have a little bit of a better number there. It's not quite as high. But on the other side, 8 and 39, does 8 go into 39 evenly? No, closest thing is 40, right? So I can't simplify that side at all. So I still have a pretty big problem. I have 39 times 125 on top, and I have 8 times 1 on the bottom. Well, I know 8 times 1 is just 8. I'm going to have to do 39 times 125, and I'm going to have to do that by hand because I cannot, oops, it's not going to let me write on the side. I'm going to have to do it way over here. Okay, so I cannot do that in my head. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you can, but I sure can't. So 125 times 39. Okay. So let's do some multiplication. Set that problem up, and I'm going to give you a minute to work on it. If you want to pause so you can get it all done, and then we can go through it. Okay, so I'm going to do this before our time runs out. So 9 times 5, 45. Carry my 4. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 1 or plus 4 more, 22. 9 times 1 plus 2, so I get 11. And I am done with my ones place, so I'm going to put a 0 to mark its place, and I'm done with these. Now I need to do the next part. 3 times 5, 15. Carry my 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. Make sure that looks like a 7. Now I have to add them up, right? 5, 7, 8, 4. Holy cow. So now I have 4, 8, 7, 5 over 8. Proper or improper? Improper, which means I would have to divide that out to figure out what our total number is. So here we go. 4, 8, 7, 5 divided by 8. Pause it and you guys do the work, but I'm going to show you because my videos only run for 15 minutes and we're going to run out of time if I don't show you. Okay? Goes into 48 6 times, right? Doesn't go into 4. Ooh. Oh no, go back. What did it do? Let's try that again. Goes into 48 6 times, right? So I have nothing left over here. So now I'm on my 7. Can 8 go into 7? Nope. So I have to put a 0 there because it could not go in, but I can't leave it blank, right? Can 8 go into 75? Well, it goes in, just not evenly. 40, 48, 56, 64. What's next? 72, right? 9 times 8 equals 72. That's as close as I'm going to get with what left over? 3. But it's a fraction problem, so we don't write it as a remainder of 3. We write it as 3 out of 8 left over. So the square feet of the whole room is 609 3/8 feet squared. Now, here's where your job comes in. You still have to subtract out the small white parts. And it's not just one rectangle. How many rectangles could you make out of that? So if I take a look at it, Ms. Kelly kind of drew over them already. Here's one big rectangle right here. And then I have another one right here, right? And let me get a different color. I have another, oh, that color doesn't work on there. Let's try red. Another one. Well, you guys know that the bottom one is the third one, right? The colors on my thing are not working to go over the colors that I already drew. Okay, but we know that there's another, there we go. There's a third rectangle down here. So you need to find the area of all 3 rectangles. Then what do? Add them together, right? You have to know what all 3 are together. And then subtract them from our total that we already have over here of the total room, okay? So find the area of each of those 3, and then subtract those. You can add them together first, or you can subtract them one by one, but I would just add them all together, okay? Subtract those from this answer, and I will give you an answer for this problem on Friday to see how far you got. Let's see if you can at least get the area of each of those 3, all right? Okay, I know it's a challenge one, that's why I set it up. Good luck, have fun, get out and do some fun things today in the sun, get outside, play ball, walk a dog, something, all right? Don't do schoolwork and video games and TV all day. Miss you guys. All right, take care. See you tomorrow.